yeah, I don't know. French Revolution's pretty fun to listen to. Pretty wild.
What they getting up to?
They just they really acted like a bunch of pussies. The revolutionaries, like, there was just they just really overreacted. They could they needed to do it gradually, and they freaked out.
They went too far.
And they're like, we're fucking liberal.
Damn.
We don't need fucking religion. And this is like we don't need kings or religion and all that shit. And they just got out of control. They all started beheading each other.
Tight.
Eventually they're like, it was a argument to see who's the most like revolutionary.
Would you be able to maybe plug that into modern day times?
Yes.
Who's
very
the most woke?
Easily.
They just called it revolutionary instead.
I mean, one of the things that's really funny
I hate
is
fucking kings.
They had this meeting. Basically, their Senate got together, and it was like in the wake of like revolution was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So the Senate got together to be like, here's the changes we need to make, and they thought it was going to be like kind of moderate compared to but everybody kept one-upping each other to be more like, well, no more fucking. There's one thing they had was royal hunting grounds, so like only the lords or kings could hunt. Like only the master of that land was allowed to hunt on it. Peasants could never hunt.
Yeah, you could get killed if you were hunting on there.
And so one of the priests got up and changed that. One of the bishops got on and was like, "We got to get rid of that." And one of the lords loved hunting, so he was like, "Well, fuck that." Also, paying tithes is unfair, and we shouldn't do that anymore. And the bishop had to be like, "Yeah, fuck, I just lost all of my money because I took away hunting.
I just lost all my power."
Yeah. And then they started taking land from the church. Then they took it just got
damn.
They got wild, man.
So these were people vying for the attention of the peasants, being like, "I'm rich, but I'm one of the cool rich ones."
The peasants, I don't think gave they cared, but they didn't give a fuck. This is all like Parisian cunts.
Oh, this is them fighting each other.
It's funny that I don't like these revolutions. Well, they aren't very likable.
Yeah.
It's fun, and there's paintings and stuff of like how glorious and cool this revolution was, of like women leading the charge, and like they ended up just cutting everyone's fucking heads off, and then Napoleon.
Yeah.
Like they just shit the bed, and then Napoleon burned Europe.
Was there? So you're telling me there's people like hundreds of years ago who had pictures painted of them protesting?
Yes.
Like Facebook profile pictures.
Yes.
Damn.
With the French flag too. That's
funny.
Funny.
That's so fucking funny.
No, we've done this before.
They support France, so they're like they stood with France.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so tight.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Which, it's just the whole thing is like, it's scary to listen to. Kind of. I mean, not that I think we're going through that, but you can see where that cycle came from.
You can go through baby versions of it though.
Yeah,
we don't have
exactly.
the guillotine, but it's like, what do we have instead of the guillotine? It's just the press, dude.
I got guillotined,
yeah, exactly,
dude. They drug me out in the town square and cut my fucking head off, dude.
Yeah, that is funny though. The idea of going for people's jobs now is like
that's as close as you can get to
killing someone.
It's like,
well, I'll destroy their livelihood. And it's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Destroy their livelihood and shame them.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But yeah, the imagine like the fucking parliament, that meeting they had where they all just kind of lost control, and they like he described it as like a feverish like, well, we should also get rid of this, and they're like, yeah, and then this, and then they all woke up like the next day like, whoa, we went a little too hard on that.
Fuck.
We just changed our entire country in one meeting. Fuck.
So it was pretty disastrous.
Pretty disastrous. It's also funny, like the king and queen kept trying to like escape. They were like held hostage in Paris.
King Philip?
It was King Louis.
King Louis, excuse me.
King Louis and Marie Antoinette.
Oh, right.
And everybody didn't like Marie Antoinette because she was a hua and she was Austrian. So they didn't really like her. The French didn't like her. So they were excited to fucking get her on the guillotine. They'd been waiting for that.
They heard she was. That must piss you off. If your queen, first of all, if your queen's Austrian,
yeah,
that'll piss me. That'd piss me off.
They didn't. Yeah, they had been like at wars with Austria forever.
Call me what you will, dude, but I do not like Austrian fucking royalty.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll stand against.
I'll be willing to throw that out. I'll throw my hat in the ring on that.
Yeah,
Austrian royalty
boils my blood.
Pisses
dude.
me the fuck off.
Yeah.
And then they're being slutty too.
Slutty Austrian
Now you're slapping
royalty?
me in the fucking face, dude. I support that.
Yeah.
Didn't they like hang her by her nipples or something?
Yes, yes, yes. And she came. They're like, this will teach this slut a lesson. And then they hung her, and she was like, oh yeah, yeah, keep doing it, yeah.
So the king get out?
No, they got it.
Oh yeah, he got beheaded.
Everybody got it.
They got the guillotine.
They got everybody, bro.
So
everybody.
Marie Antoinette got guillotined.
Well, they kept trying to escape, which was really funny, and they couldn't do it. They always fucked up. They all fucked up. Everybody's retarded in the story. Everyone across the board just fucks up nonstop.
Did they go? Did they do like the classic like cloak in the middle of the night?
They tried to have like servants dressed as them go out. They had one guy. This was a good idea for King Louis to escape. They had a guy dressed as like this diplomat coming in and out every night of the palace, just as wearing a ridiculous outfit.
Sure.
Every night, and then finally it was Louis the last night, and he got out. But then Marie Antoinette fucked up, and they couldn't. They had to cancel that attempt. But so the whole thing.
She called him back, like.
So they were in Versailles.
She was like.
Yeah, she just like I don't know. There's a lot to it. Yeah. She ran into Lafayette on the way out. Got scared. Was late. There was no communication.
Oh, so he couldn't leave. He
left separate than her, and then she was late.
He was gone.
Louis was out. He was like, "Fuck yeah, we did it. We can get out of this fucking shitty country." And then his bae was,
I don't know.
I fucking was late. What? It's like, God damn it, we're gonna get our fucking heads cut off. You gotta fucking get out here.
Oh, so you're blaming this on me?
So it's my fault again. It's like, yes, dude, I was outside.
I didn't know you were fucking Austrian.
Get us fucking killed.
That sucks.
There's also a dude named Lafayette. That's a fucking man.
What'd he do?
He was part of the American Revolution. He like was boys with Washington. He came over to help with that, and then he was like the head. I mean, he was in the French Revolution too.
Did they do that to strictly piss the English off? To help us?
Not to piss them off, but to beat them.
To be like, fuck you guys.
Yeah. To be like at war, like yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Do you think the English may have fucking popped down and been like, yo, you guys, you know what you guys need?
Just cutting the fucking heads off of them? No, because they have a monarchy.
Gotcha.
They had one too at the time, so they were a little like
right.
They weren't too happy about the French Revolution. The king was like, "Holy shit, what are they doing down there? They're cutting their fucking heads off."
He's probably doing new law. Yeah. He's like, new law. You guys can't cut my fucking head off, dude. I'll cut your fucking head off.
It's fun to listen to like really like cool historical things that just ends with people getting their fucking heads cut off. It's like
awesome.
It's funny that it all just divulges into just like, oh yeah, and then we just fucking killed everyone.
I just love how it all starts with like a couple people were in a bar and be like, you know what's fucking bullshit?
Always, yeah, like a beer hall, somebody stands on a table and is like, I'm not paying this fucking salt tax. It's just that conversation ends with some guy cutting a lady's head off in a square.
Some dude puts a hot status in the beer hall and everyone's like, dude. Fuck yeah, dude, fuck yeah.
They would really like they would cut people's fucking heads off and like parade them around town.
That's fucking rules, dude.
It's crazy.
That's so funny. You walk around like,
yeah, we got that motherfucker.
Like, fuck
they did it like to guards. They would just capture two guards, cut their heads off, and run around.
Was the guillotine new?
I think so.
That must have been tight.
I think so.
It must have been tight when they came out. There's newer and newer issues of them. Like, did you see that new guillotine?
They were using the guillotine recently in France. Not like now, but they would like execute prisoners. That was the death penalty.
Yeah, didn't they do that like?
I think in the 20th century.
Yeah.
Which is tight.
There was the last guillotine was I think
I would go guillotine.
Yeah, the guillotine was also a woke thing. It was like really, it's supposed to be like kind of an immaculate, clean, like humane way to kill somebody.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe lethal injection hurts like fuck.
Yeah, or back then was like whatever the fuck.
Back then, yeah. I mean, firing squad would suck.
Yeah, they were like they guess they like just were like, you know what? No, it's cool. Mouse traps.
Yeah,
let's put someone in a fucking mouse trap.
But yeah, so that's what I've been doing. And then I popped on. Carlin came on. Listen to he's got a new one against the Japanese. He's on the third one of that.
He's still going
which
hard.
I feel a little uneasy listening to anymore.
Really?
No. But it was funny just he was talking about Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
And how like historically it's like one of the dumbest fucking decisions ever.
Like
military planners today are like, why would they do that?
Well,
I mean, obviously hindsight's, two nukes, but still it's funny to just
double F. Could have been a double F.
No, how would it be a false flag?
If they're like, we just want to go attack the Japanese.
So we hired the Japanese to attack us?
I don't know.
No,
you think someone faked it? It could have been actors. It could have been actors.
You think there was the Japanese Navy was in on it? Like,
it was two planes, right?
In Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
Did you what?
It was 2 planes that crashed in Pearl Harbor, just one. You could easily fake a Pearl Harbor.
Do you think Pearl Harbor was 9/11?
I'm saying if you're I'm just throwing it out there. If you're saying that it didn't make any sense.
No, but it was more than 2 planes.
How many was it?
Probably like 100.
100 planes attacked Pearl Harbor?
It was the aircraft carriers.
I thought it was just like 2 little prop planes crashed, and everyone was like, what the fuck?
Oh, really? You thought it was like
I thought it was
2
like,
shitty planes? And we were like, oh, we're going to war, dude.
I thought it was like 2 propeller planes came in.
Did you really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
No, it was a huge operation.
Yeah, they're big planes
They brought their Navy.
Damn.
Yeah, it was war.
The Navy pulled up, and then the planes.
It was aircraft carriers. Yeah.
The big ones.
Yeah, they brought the boys out.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So they like totally devastated it.
Yeah, if it was 2 planes, it would have gone almost unnoticed.
That's what I was saying. I was like, you wouldn't even know. It would be like that could be anyone flying a shitty plane into like. So it was the boys pulled up.
They really went for it.
Okay.
It's documented.
Gotcha. So
now the false flag comes in where did we know they were going to do it and
that's
be like,
what it
all
was.
right, go ahead. Because there was some weird shit about us taking some ships out of that harbor.
Mm-hmm.
Some like good ships
that could have
just happened to not be docked that day.
Could have held them off.
That not would have held them off, but would have been shitty to lose for us. You know?
I got you.
So we like kind of kept some old shitty ships for them to blow up.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, you got us. Well,
yeah, it's also weird. Yeah, like back then, people didn't just like overseas like stealth fly over. There was like a massive ships coming for probably several days, and I'd imagine the U.S. military was scoping the waterways and being like, "Yo, bro, the Japanese Navy's on the way." Like, say what?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there was like radio stuff where they would be like, "Oh fuck, something's happening."
Yeah.
Where are they gonna hit? Oh, the closest island to them. They thought it was gonna be around there,
right?
Which I think they did get hit too, like Guam and shit like that. But
who knows?
Regardless, I thought it was funny to like. I've never heard historians talk about how fucking stupid that was. Like, because I don't know. For some reason, you think of it as like an even matchup, the U.S. and Japan in World War II, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was like.
Yeah, I mean, that's
it was literally just sucker punching the biggest guy in the room.
It was
and then being like, oh fuck,
yeah,
oh fuck, he's still up. And they're like, why did you think you were gonna knock him out?
Yeah, that makes sense. It is tight to roll up with your Navy, and be like, what's up, guys?
Yeah, fuck you guys gonna do, dude?
It's like, dude, don't you know we have like space bombs and shit, dude?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you guys doing? Get out of here!
Fuck you up for this.
I mean, they did.
Yeah.
That was pretty minimal too. They killed like what, like a couple hundred people.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably probably like less than 2,000. I think. No, it was. Yeah.
So they about 9/11.
They hit us with a good 9/11.
All right, so they give us a classic 9/11.
First pitch though. That's the good first punch was a 9/11, and then sit back.
Like,
they were winning up front the first like year or two.
That year
they were fucking us up. Yeah.
Yes, we were just loading just huge bombs and being like, whatever you guys think you're doing.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's about to become a humongous.
They were attacking us with like swords and whistles, and just charging. And it was like, all right, well, we're gonna just have some Jewish dude build a nuke. Yeah, we have Jews over here that are gonna they're gonna summon their dark lord.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking unleash the sun on you, dude.
Yes. Anyway,
that's funny.
That's it for history for today.
Close it down. Close down
that's
the history
enough
files.
history. I'm sorry.
That's funny. I was actually researching last night.